Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to announce Learning About You is back. Yes! Today, we are at the Rockford Environmental Science Academy, also known as RISA. We're thrilled to be here. We're very excited to be here. We're at a middle school with a bunch of great kids, great teachers, great administrators who have some exciting things to show us. I heard there's an art class that is going to be really cool to see, and I also heard that there's a science class that you're really going to want to see, which makes sense, right, since we're at the Environmental Science Academy, right? All right, let's do it. Let's go meet the principal, Bill 80, great guy. He's doing a great job here. Let's go check it out. Oh, also, as always, one of our wonderful staff members here in Rockford Public Schools, waving. And I can never, ever, ever forget my guy, my cameraman, Vincenzo, doing his work again. There you go. What's up, Vince? Aha. Mr. 80?
Yes.
Earl Dotson Jr., Chief of Communications, Learning About You.
All right, Bill 80, Principal of Recent Middle School.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for allowing us here in your building today. We really, really appreciate it, and we hear some really exciting things going on here. So, just for our viewers, just tell us a little bit about who you are, and how long you've been here, and what do you love most about being here at RISA?
Okay, I've actually been here in a couple different facets. I was an assistant principal here for 6 years. Went over to Auburn freshman campus for a year, then I came back here, and this is my third full year as the building principal here. And the thing I like best about RISA is just the contact with the kids and getting to hopefully have a positive impact on them so they can be successful.
Outstanding. So I've kind of previewed the viewers. I told them there's some really, really cool things here. We're very excited to see them. So let's go check it out.
I'm excited to have you here.
All right, let's go. So here we are. We're in the hallways here at RISA. And again, we're with Principal 80, who is going to show us some of the things that are going on here at RISA. As I'm looking at some of the cool stuff on the wall. So tell us a little bit about this, sir.
Well, what I've asked all my assistant principals to do is to brag about and show off all the great things that we got going on with our kids here. If you can just pan into some of these, you can see you had 164 sixth grade students make the honor roll. 12 sixth grade students had a perfect 4.0. 75% of the students in sixth grade are passing all of their classes. I mean, if you just look at some of the stuff going on there, you can tell we got some great things going on.
Outstanding. That's great. It's a great way to help encourage the students to continue doing great stuff. Absolutely.
You can see here we got our Salvation Army food drive barrel going on. So our goal is to hit 25 barrels by the time it's done. And actually, the principal of Lincoln Middle School and I have a little competition going. Nice. So right now we've got 3. This is just for 6th grade. So we've got, we got this going on every grade level. And if we can hit 25 barrels, we're going to have an all-school jeans day on the day before break. So
tell me, why would an all-school jeans day? Why is that significant here at RISA?
It's very significant because at RISA Middle School, we are a uniform school, as are the other middle schools. So anything like that where the kids don't have to wear the uniform is a big deal to them.
Outstanding. What about you, Bill? You like to throw in a pair of jeans every now and then?
I will do it on that day. If we hit 25 barrels, you can bet that I'll be in jeans on that day.
Outstanding. All right, so we're still moving down the hall. And one of the things we like about Learning About You is that it's real. We're right here in the action. We're live with the students. As you can see, they're conversing, they're passing through the hallway. And of course, they like the idea of being on TV. Hey, let's say hi to the kids. Hey, all right.
I'm on TV. Hi, Mom. I love you guys.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the wonderful things about Rockford Public Schools is our outstanding teachers. And we are here with Mr. Johnson, and I'll let him tell you about who he is and what he does here. But it's one of the things that makes our schools great when you have great teachers who help our kids learn and be successful. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm Mr. Johnson. I teach 6th grade science and 7th and 8th grade STEM this year, science, technology, engineering, and math.
So, with RISA being an environmental science academy, what is it about your job and that you get to bring to the table that specifically talks about the environmental science piece? What is it about that you like that you can bring here to the school?
This year I don't do as much environmental science as I have in the past. I've moved more into the STEM, which is all of the science, technology, engineering, math. We have touched on a little bit of the environmental science in that class, but if you want to talk about the environmental science, you want to talk to Mr. Moran. He's the one that concentrates on the environmental science here.
Okay, well then tell me a little bit more about the STEM component, because I don't think a lot of people know what that means. Just briefly, talk a little bit about the STEM piece and how that relates to the education.
The STEM this year, it's brand new this year, and it's not real solidified, but we're trying to work on the engineering component with the kids and problem solving. So we usually we start our units with a scenario of some type of problem that the kids have to solve. We did solar ovens a few weeks ago, which we have a few left. So the kids had to try and figure out how to build a solar oven to try and cook something. We actually ended up cooking s'mores. We've done a little bit of balloon rockets. We've done some wind power, things like that. And so that's what we're concentrating on in the STEM.
Awesome. And one last question regarding that particular issue. Why do you think that's important, that they learn it, that it relates to something real? I mean, why is that piece important?
I think even on the stuff that we've done, just for the kids to see how their education can be used in the outside world, outside of here, I think it just makes them, it's a little bit more interesting for them to get in there and get their hands dirty.
Thank you for your time today. Thank you for the work you do. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Take care. All right, so I think we caught the kids moving through class, which is, again, it's cool. It keeps it real. You know, that's what we do here by Learning About You. We want to bring you inside the educational experience in Rockford Public Schools. And I found Principal 80 again, who was busy working, doing his job, because the kids are there asking questions and everything. So classes have passed here now. Is this kind of typical during the day?
This is typical during the day, and of course, when there's a camera floating around too, you know, it adds a little element of excitement. The kids think this is very cool.
Awesome. So where are we headed now?
Well, I think now we will head down to the 7th grade wing, and we'll probably stop by the art room on the way down there. There's cool things going on in there too.
Let's do it. I'm excited. Let's do it. So we're here in the lobby, and there's something here that's really cool that we want to look at and see here. Principal 80, tell us a little bit about this.
Well, actually, there's several things. First off, if you look right over this way, we have our math problem of the week winners. When we walk around the other side, we'll have a reading problem of the week winners. But every week we post a problem. My lit leader and math leader post a problem of the week. The problems are tied directly into the ISAT test and the types of questions the kids might see on there. And every week, kids can participate. They can leave their answer by their grade level principals. They get a little box at each grade level. And the kids can win. They get their picture taken. They get a certificate. So that's one cool thing we do here. If you just look right next to there, those are the students that made 4.0 honor roll at the end of first quarter. Look over here. We got a RISA student creed. Every single day we do morning announcements. We do a morning broadcast. And I've got a volunteer that comes up. They do the Pledge of Allegiance. They lead the entire school in the Pledge of Allegiance. And then they read the student creed. And so there's our STRIVE acronym. You'll see posters for that all around the building as well. And let's walk into the library. There's some neat stuff in there too.
Before we do, you know, one of the things I like to do is, because I love education so much, I love our schools, and I love what goes on inside our schools, I like to try to embed myself into the culture of the school. So since I've always wanted to be a math problem star, let me see, Vince, can you get me in here with everybody else? Perfect. What do you think? All right. Consider me a math star. All right. Honorary. In the library we go. Shh. I think you're still supposed to be quiet in the library. I'm not sure, but I don't want to take any chances. All right. So we're in the library now, and I think I can talk in my regular voice because I don't see any other students.
Our librarian and librarian helper, they're both hiding from you right now.
No, we're just putting books away.
Well, here we are in the library, and obviously there's something in here you want to show us. So, sir, take it away.
All right. Well, one thing I wanted to point out. First off, the library actually kind of went through some rearranging over the summer, but we think it was all for the good. Kids can get around, move around a lot easier, I think now. But one thing that I want to point out, which is kind of a symbol of RISA past, one of our retired teachers who retired just a couple years ago. These are an assortment of some of the ties that he wore over the years, and they're all quilted into a blanket, and so it's kind of a mainstay here at RISA. So very cool. And if you want to zoom in and see some of the different ties there, but there he is right there. So very, very, very cool. Did our librarian want to say anything? You want to say anything about the library?
Let's go. You know what, Mr. 80, you're doing a great job. I love the fact that you're taking ownership. You take the mic, but I'll give you a break here, and I'll interview some of the wonderful library staff that we have here at Rockford Public Schools. Good afternoon.
Hi,
And what's your name?
Cindy Beaudry.
Cindy Beaudry. So tell us a little bit about your role here. What is it you like about RISA and the kids, and some of the exciting things that you like about this library in particular.
Well, this is my first year in the Rockford Public School District, but I really like it. Everybody's been really welcoming. The reading teachers bring their kids pretty much every 2 weeks, and we've been doing library lessons and working on library skills and finding books in the library. And like Mr. 80 said, we did rearrange the bookshelves and try and make it a little easier in here for the kids to find what they were looking for.
So do you, as a library, do you have any particular books that you like or any types of readings that intrigue you?
Well, I like fiction. I'm not a big nonfiction gal. I'm a little obsessed with Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. I'm not going to lie. I did go see one of the Harry Potter movies at midnight once.
Nice.
I don't dress up or anything crazy like that, though.
That's good, though. We all have our things that we really, really enjoy. So is there one particular area in the library that you find students gravitating to the most, or is there one particular section or types of books that the kids like to read the most?
Most of the kids do gravitate towards the fiction section. We do have a table over there where we put the new books out, and a lot of the kids will stop over there first and see what's new and see if there's anything from that table they want before they spread out and look other places.
Thank you so very much for your time. It's people like you that make our students and our system what it is. So
Trying to do what I can.
truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's gravitate. So we got a little direction here about the new book table. So let's check it out. Let's just see what's here. Classic. Who was Martin Luther King Jr.? I'm sure that's a good one. I love books, by the way. Reading is fun. Kids, parents, adults, reading. It's important. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, Magic Johnson. Now me, lifetime Bulls fan, but I had great respect for Magic Johnson and the Lakers, but go Bulls. And there's one more here that has caught my eye. Who wasn't a Star Wars fan? I mean, come on. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia. It's amazing. Maybe I'm aging myself, but it's good to know that these types of books are still around for our kids, They can enjoy it too, enjoy the history. All right, so enough of me, enough of the book table. This is the things I love about our libraries and our schools is they're all very unique, and this is a very unique library that is really well laid out. So I'm going to turn it back over to the star of the show today, Mr. Bill 80, who's taking us on a tour of this beautiful, beautiful facility, great school, and everybody seems to be doing what they're supposed to be here. So I'm happy. Let's go.
Before we leave the library, though, one thing I wanted to point out, I forgot. The teacher with all the ties, his name was Mr. Martin. So I was on the spot. I forgot to say his name. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. We're going to walk out this way. I want to show you some of our teacher Strive Awards that we do.
Teacher Strive Awards. I mean, how cool is that mural? I mean, how cool is that? I guess the only unfortunate thing is that it's really embedded, and because I would love to throw one of my ties up there. Wouldn't that be cool? Mr. Martin, God bless you, sir. So one of the things I'm noticing here about RISA is there's kind of a theme taking place And I'm just assuming that it has a lot to do with reinforcing positive reinforcement for the kids to let them know that the work they do here is valuable and that it is important. And so it appears that they're making learning fun and achievement fun. So I think that's really, really cool, because we are here in the hallway for another presentation of some cool stuff that looks like is on the wall. So I'm going to turn it back over, Principal 80.
Okay, if you look just right over my security guard, Dominique's head, wave Dominique. Right up there. One of the other things that we like to do here, we take pride in, is, obviously it's very important to recognize our students here, but we also like to recognize our staff. We have an excellent staff here who are very dedicated, and so every faculty meeting we have 3 or 4 staff members who nominate 3 or 4 other staff members for striving and being an excellent teacher, and so it's kind of become a part of every one of our faculty meetings. Something we like to do here. Keep things positive, but most importantly, to recognize the great things our teachers are doing. And since we're looking at this well anyway, I just want to point out that 40% of all RESA students made the honor roll first quarter, which I think is awesome. 4 out of every 10 kids here, and 439 students altogether made the honor roll. So just a couple other cool things to point out there.
Quick question. 439 students made the honor roll out of how many?
Out of a little more than 1,100, about 1,120.
That's a great ratio, sir. And you ought to be proud of that. That is outstanding.
Proud of our kids.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we're moving through here, and we're going to the art room.
Oh, and there's a pan of our reading problem of the week winners right over there. We do math and reading. Hey, 7th graders.
7th graders passing through. You know what? One of the things that says a lot about Mr. 80 right away, I've just picked up on it. Now, here he is showing he's crediting the students. He's giving props to his teachers. And as we're walking in the art room, he's walking right past the trophy case. Oh. So that shows you where his priorities are on the education, on the staff here. So let's just take a look. This looks really cool. Anything here?
Well, you can see we've got awards for a lot of different things: basketball, football, chess. We're very proud of our chess team as well. The one thing that we just started actually last year with football is the Principals Cup, which is between RESA and Lincoln Middle School. And last year, Lincoln beat us, so they had the cup. This year we tied, so they retained the cup. A lot of the soccer players were saying, Mr. Eddie, why don't we do anything like this for soccer? So we decided, you know what, you're exactly right. So now we have a soccer Principals Cup. And as you can see, RESA Middle School is proudly displaying that because our soccer team did beat Lincoln this year in soccer. So we're very, very proud of that.
You know what? I'm going to ask you to continue holding that for 1 second, one reason, because as you mentioned soccer, I think it's important to give props to your soccer coach.
That's right.
Who also happens to be my cameraman. So, you know what? I'm going to do something we haven't done here before. I'm going to take that camera, and I want everybody to see who the soccer coach is.
All right, sounds good. And I'm gonna hand him the microphone.
Go RESA.
All right, tell us a little bit about this season.
Oh, they were an excellent group of kids. You know, as the group of kids that were 8th graders, I had them all the way from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So it was a great year. You know, wish we could have done a little bit more, gone further, won the championship, but we won the Principals Cup, and that's about all we can be most excited for this year. So
thank you, sir.
Very, very proud.
Thank you. All right, see, we got to give props where props is due, right? All right, here we go, into the art room. All right, so kids are learning. Looks like a serious, some serious learning going on here. Oh my goodness, look at this room. Wow. Hey, get a load of this, folks. Hello, everyone.
Hi. How is everybody?
Hello.
What? How is everybody?
All right, so everyone's doing good. I'm gonna see if I can grab the teacher here if she gets a second, just to tell us a little bit about this room. Hello. How are you? Earl Dotson, Jr.
Hi.
You are?
I'm Miss Villa Gomez, the art teacher.
Wonderful. So you're one of the rooms that the principal wanted us to point out specifically because obviously you're doing something really, really cool in here. So tell us a little bit about your approach to teaching and how do you make it interesting and fun for the kids?
Well, I try to get to know my students so I know what their interests are, and then I base it on the Illinois state and district curriculum.
Outstanding. So tell us a little bit. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in here today? I see the kids are busily working. So what's happening in here today?
Today, the kids are working on their paper mache sculptures. They chose different animals to make, and now they are working on the finishing, the beginning of painting, and then tomorrow they're going to work on more details. And there's some really interesting projects in this room.
So, do you think you can point me out to a student who might be willing to let me help them just for a little bit?
You know what? I need to help you personally, so I want to get them on one-on-one with you. So
can you direct me?
I would say this whole half of the room, they would totally be willing to.
Okay.
There's a lot of hams over there. So
Thank you so much. Thank you appreciate what you do. All right, so we're gonna go over here and see if I can interact with some students here. Hello, how you all doing? So we do this show called Learning About You, where we bring the camera inside the schools and the classroom so that people can see all the cool stuff you're doing. So one of the things that I know about myself is that I'm not good at art and stuff. But can somebody help? I just want to help somebody do something. Can somebody give me a very small project? Can I help? Okay, what can I do? What can I help you do real quick?
Paint.
Help you paint? All right, I'm gonna take my coat off and see if I can help paint. All right, here we go. Got me this. All right, here we go. All right, what are you gonna help me? What's your name, by the way?
Colby.
Colby. Nice to meet you, Colby.
Nice to meet you too.
So, what grade are you in?
6th.
In the 6th grade?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about your project. What are you working on?
A flying cow.
Flying cow. All right, interesting. Cool. I like the concept. So, where'd you get that idea from?
I don't know. I just wanted to make a cow, and then I decided to put wings on it.
Sweet. Okay, so is there something I can help you do, man? I'm going to help you do a little something with your cow. What can you direct me to do here?
Just like take the brush and just take it and paint black spots all over it.
All right. So I'm going to take the paintbrush and I'm going to paint some black spots. All right, I'm going to try to get going here so I don't mess you up too much, okay? All right, if I'm messing up, you tell me where. Is there any particular area over here? Okay. All right, anywhere. Would Kobe, you want to hold my mic for me?
Sure.
This is funny, huh?
Yeah. Very funny.
Kobe, do me a favor. Interview your classmate here and just ask her what she's doing.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kobe. Interview her.
Hi, Chrissy. How are you doing?
Good.
So what animal are you making here?
A turtle.
That's good. That's good. So, do you like your turtle?
No.
No. So, what are you doing to it now?
Adding the shell.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Outstanding job, Kobe. Kobe, thank you for letting me paint one of your spots, man. All right, keep up the good work. It's looking good, man. You got it going here. All right. All right. So, as usual, to keep things in tradition, I always like to help. And this is a really, really good-looking class here who are really engaged. How you guys doing? All right. So, hey, you know what? What's your name? Israel. Israel, tell me what you like about art class.
I like drawing.
Like drawing?
Yeah.
So, what are you making right here?
A little bear. Just getting started on it.
Oh, you're just getting started. Okay. All right. Israel, thank you, man. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye. All right. Before we leave, is there anything else really, really cool in here you want to show us? I mean, the walls are just amazing.
Well, here at RISA, we work on special projects, and I'm so lucky to have a principal like Mr. Ady that has the guts to let me do that. One project we're working on is we are color painting the sidewalks outside.
Oh, I saw that.
We're just in phase 1, and now in the spring we're working on phase 2. And we also have a mosaic mural program that we do here, and you can see them on the walls. And we are making this for 8th grade now. So when the students come in 8th grade, they get to make a mural, and we're going to put them on the wall. So
Outstanding. Mr. Ady, he is pretty cool, isn't he? So Adriana Villagomez, we just left her classroom, and she was talking about the permanent murals on the wall created by some of the students. And I'm just looking at them right now, and they look absolutely fascinating. Again, Mr. 80, is there anything specifically you want to point out here as to where this idea came from, and and talk about kind of the permanent fixture that's taking shape here?
Well, it was all her idea. They started this several years ago. You can see here's one from 2005. But the 8th grade students that have her class, at some point in the year they get to make these. They go up on the wall, and it's another one of those mainstays, permanent fixtures of RISA, and something we're very proud of, and will be up there for years and years to come. And when those students come back and visit, they can see that their mural is still up there, and so we're very proud of that.
Outstanding. And I'm sure that I guess I didn't get a chance to ask her, but I'm sure that you have to have some talent, and there has to be some criteria before you get a chance to put your mural up there.
Absolutely.
All right.
But she's a good teacher for that.
Well, wonderful. All right, so we're heading down the hallway here, and I've been to RISA before, but to get this kind of a tour, I got to tell you, is really, really exciting and fascinating. So, again, I appreciate Mr. 80 and his time. I was here some years ago with some capacity, but really, really wonderful school. Looks like it's well kept, nice and clean.
Well, we were fortunate too. Over the summer, we have a partnership with Lowe's, and Lowe's came out and they actually came in and donated paint and helpers, and they repainted a lot of our walls. We didn't quite make it all the way down here, but if you look up around the main office and some of the main hallways, they got a fresh coat of white paint. And our snack shack, which was in the cafeteria, painted blue. So we were very fortunate to have a partnership with them and for them to help us out.
So everybody hear that? Again, another community partnership that's paid off really well, Lowe's. You know what? Something else I'm very impressed with. The district has a vision, the Readiness Rocks initiatives, and I've noticed in this school you have those Readiness Rocks posters up. So I think that's a great thing, sharing the school board, the district administration vision with the students shows that you're committed to the cause, and so that's outstanding, sir. All right, so where are we headed?
Oh, we got a classroom right here.
Okay. All right, so we're walking in another class. We don't.
Weather erodes it away.
We really don't like to disrupt the learning environment, but we really, really like to show everyone all the cool stuff going on in our schools.
Every once in a while, we're hit by one. And what that does is that leaves a crater. This is over a mile in diameter. It's in Arizona. Now, Arizona's in the desert, so there's not a lot of weathering. Most of the craters get weathered away by the rain and the snow and the melting and the thawing. But because in Arizona, like on the moon, there's no weather, we get all those craters. So the questions you were asking about asteroids and comets in here, yes, it's happening. Yes, there's now a huge crater that we never noticed until we got an aerial photo of it. It's partially in Mexico and partially in the Gulf of Mexico. And that's where scientists think that asteroid hit that may have caused dinosaurs to go extinct. Okay? That's where the theory is now. There was also, in the early part of the 20th century, a large asteroid hit in part of Russia called Siberia. Okay? And we never knew about it because not a lot of people live out there. It's very sparsely populated. And we never knew about it. And now we're finding evidence that there was a hit there. In the 20th century, in the earlier part of the century. So yeah, in answer to your questions about that, yes. Now,
Just to kind of point out with the way that our building is arranged, you can see if you kind of pan up and down each hallway, each grade level has 3 wings or 3 teams. So we're in the 7th grade wing right now. So we have an A team, we have a B team, and we have a C team. And so every other grade level is set up the same way. So when we were down to 6th grade, if you noticed, there was 3 halls too. And now we'll go upstairs to 8th grade, and you can see that.
Let's check it out. And just to point out, maybe we'll get a chance to talk to Mr. Abji, but one of the things that we didn't want to do is interrupt. Looks like he was engaged, the kids were engaged, and so just a little taste of, the serious, meaningful education and learning that's going on in our classrooms, and we certainly respect that and appreciate that. Let's go check out the 8th grade. And so here we are again, continuing our theme with positive reinforcement for the students here. And again, we're on the 8th grade wing now, but you can see here some stuff that is going on the wall that's really, really cool, again, to help reinforce some of the things that our students are learning. And so, Mr. Ady, tell us a little bit about this wall.
Well, again, more data, just like we had down in 6th grade. You could see things like 91% of our 8th grade students have never had a referral, never been in trouble because they're doing the right thing. They're striving to be excellent students. 65% of 8th grade students passed all their classes. 39% made the honor roll, and 31 8th grade students earned a GPA of a 4.0. And again, this all has to do with our motto here, striving. If you look right over there on the wall, that's our motto. The S is self-discipline, T, tenacious, R, respectful, I, individualistic, V, vigorous, and E, engaged. And that's what we talk about every single day here. As I said, it's in our student creed. The students read the student creed, they learn it, they memorize it. And we speak in that language all the time here at Reese Middle School.
That's a beautiful thing. One of the things I'd like to point out here for our viewers is that, I'd say this a lot, but it's great to have actual data to back us up. And what I tell people is the vast majority of the students at Rockford Public Schools do the right thing. They do exactly what they're supposed to do on a daily basis. And so that's the majority of our students who are here to do the right thing. And so we have an actual percentage in an actual school. 91% of 8th grade students did not receive a referral. That's remarkable. And again, it speaks to the core of our staff and students and what we're all about here in Rockford Public Schools. That's outstanding. All right, let's go check it out.
Going over these topics, right? You did. So what I want you to do right now is someone tell me, what was the red scare? What was the red scare? Were they afraid of the color red? What were they afraid of? What do you got? Okay. Somebody else.
When the government went after reds.
Yeah, what were reds? Little people dressed up in red shirts? Communists. Okay, and the communists lived in the country we called Russia back then. But they also lived in the United States. People who believe in the communist system. And the communist system is that the government controls everything and the people have very few freedoms. The capitalist system that we have is that we have our own freedom to make money our own way, and the government doesn't really control us. Yeah. So the next one, okay. Sacco events. Hold on. Mr. Dawson.
So a little bit of communism, the Red Scare.
Yeah.
So are there any industrialized nations still that are under the communist government? Any big countries that still operate in that form of government?
Okay, does anybody here know of any country, look around here, around this area that still has a communist government? Cuba, very good.
Cuba.
All right, Cuba, and how about that? Who's the sexiest man of 2012? Who is he? Yeah, okay, and what country is he from? No, not Korea, North Korea. So we got North Korea, we have Cuba. Any other countries that we know that are communist? I'm not really sure there's any more besides that. That's right, he's from South Korea. So the communist system kind of failed. Mm-hmm. You know, for a while it served its purpose, but it didn't really serve the needs of the people. So,
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And before we go, I just want to say, because for all of you who don't know, this is a show we do called Learning About You. We play it on Channel 20. We show everyone. But the idea is that we want to show the public that we have wonderful teachers, we have great students, and great administrators who are here doing the right thing, all about education and learning. And so Mr. Ady told us, sir, you're one of the best. And so just tell me a little bit about your approach to teaching and what do you love about it?
Well, I love these kids, and I continually try to empower them. Yeah, isn't that nice? I want them to let them know that the sky's the limit. You know, we're here to really learn basic information, But we're here to open their minds, open their brains, to have them engaged. Their conversation is the most important thing we have going on here. Not the textbook, not the videos, it's their conversation. Their ability to articulate themselves, because that's what's going to take them somewhere. Yes?
Let me get the mic. Yes.
Are we gonna be on TV?
Yeah. Are you going to be on TV? Yes, you are going to be on TV. Is that okay? I just have to say one thing before we go. Thank you, sir, again for your time.
Oh, thank you.
But I you know, my major, I graduated from Northern Illinois University as my political science was my major.
Wonderful. So you know what we're talking
So
about.
I could sit in your class all day. I love this stuff. I love the things you have on the wall, and I really, really appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you very much.
We'll take any one more. You had your hand up. Any other questions from the because this really it's all about you. So go ahead. What's your name?
Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. How you doing? Tell me something you like about this class and your teacher. You raised your hand. See, that's what happens when you raise your hand.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. So you have anything you want to say about your teacher?
No.
No? Anybody? Anybody?
Playing it safe.
Anybody want to say something about their teacher? All right, we got someone over here. All right. We got two people. First, we'll go first. How you doing? What's your name?
Nick,
Nick, what do you like about your teacher? What?
he a great teacher.
Say that again?
He a great teacher.
Why is he a great teacher?
Teaching us all we know.
Very good. Very good. Who else? What do you like about your teacher?
I like about my teacher. He's always caring about what we're learning, and if we have problems through the day, he's very curious about solving them, about knowing what's going on, and make sure we're learning at all times.
I appreciate. You know what? I can tell by looking at you that you meant that. That came from the heart. That was genuine. That was real, and I like real. All right. What's your name?
Efren Gonzalez.
Efren Gonzalez. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. You know what? We're gonna go. I would love to get to you, but your education is important, and he's doing a great job, and we don't want to interrupt anymore. Thank you all very much. Bye, everyone. Bye. Take care. All right. Cool. We are here with Keith Doring. How you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
You know, we're here visiting Risa. Our show that we do is called Learning About You, and it's something that we put and show our viewers all the wonderful things that are going on in our schools, great teachers, great administrators. And so obviously Mr. Ady thought enough of what you're doing here, your work here, that he wanted to point out. So tell us a little bit about what you do here and what's behind this door here.
Okay. I teach a Read 180 class, which is a remedial reading class for students that read a little bit below grade level. A lot of differentiated instruction goes on in there. There's a computer component, an independent reading component, and also a direct instruction workbook component. And absolutely love the program. I've been teaching about 4 years, and the gains that the kids make are just fantastic. Already today, 2 students have met their grade level requirements to move out of my class into the next grade level. Other students have gone up 50, 75, 100 Lexile scores. They're getting in the books. I've got some information in my classroom that shows how the total number of books they've read in words, the combined classes are reading like 160,000 words in their books this far in the year. So it turns the kids on the reading. They get excited. Their reading gets better, and they become better students.
As you can tell, I'm smiling because I get excited when I hear stuff like that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So, Mr. Ady, before he went in the door, he was talking a little bit about some of that data you were just sharing with me. So just a little bit about, just expand on that a little bit about in terms of what you're seeing in terms of success and kids moving on and getting up to the reading level that they need to be at.
Well, they just took a post-test on a workshop that I just did for one of the Read 180 workshops, and one of the categories, for example, was the students' knowledge of being able to use commas to separate introductory clauses properly in a sentence. The average of one of the classes on the pre-test was 39%. Kids had no idea how to do this. A lot of the students actually scored zeros. On the post-test now, the class average was 84%, and those kids that were zeros earlier were 90, 95, 100% mastery of that concept. So that would just be a small, example of some differentiated instruction, the pre-test, the post-test, and a lot of student success.
That's outstanding, sir. One last question, because I want to get back to your job. So, with that type of success and the things that you're speaking of here in terms of what you're seeing, some of the gains with the students, what would you say is kind of your secret into how your style of teaching and the way you approach it that make you successful? If you could, I know it's tough to to talk about yourself in that manner, but what do you think? Why do you think you've been effective at what you're doing?
Well, I think a combination of a couple factors. One, I love learning and reading myself, and I express that, I show that to the kids while they're in there, sometimes in independent reading. I'm reading a book alongside of them as well, and showing them they can do it. Targeting those books, giving them initial successes in those books, and then they realize that reading's fun. A lot of the kids, they come into the class, and I do an interest survey at the beginning of the year, and they say, I hate reading. Reading is dumb. Reading is a waste of time. Sometimes they turn out to be the best readers once they see that, hey, I can do this, and I can learn things about my world. So you show interest in what it is they're reading, whether it's a book on fixing automobiles or some girly romance novel. You show interest in that, and they get interested, and those classroom successes build, and the momentum gets going. I don't know if he can bring the camera into the room at all, but I have a wall, which is a mountain that the kids climb up as they complete books. A little bit of class competition that way. Friends start saying, hey, where are you at on the mountain? I'm gonna catch you, and the motivation builds.
Outstanding. So we're going to go in here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Doring. We're going to go in here. He's allowed us to go in here and take a quick peek at his wall. But before we go, this is what we always mean when we show this and we do this show, and it's about Rockford Public Schools, our greatest asset, our teachers, and making sure they have time with our greatest resource, our students. And that's what it's all about, folks. You just heard it. You saw it. We're going to go in here and look at Mr. Doring's wall. Sir, thank you again for what you do. Appreciate your time. All right. All right, so let's check it out. It's quiet time. We're going to be quiet. So here's the mountain. We're going to let Mr. Doring explain the mountain here.
When the students finish reading one of their independent reading books, take a quiz and pass with an 80, 90, or 100%, then it begins to track the word count of the mountain all the way up. And they get certificates when they're successful with this. And, as you can see, they're beginning to read. We've got students, over 40, 50,000 words. There's a little 6th grade student up there. Almost 85,000 words in books so far. Passed with the quizzes, and 80% as well. And her next book is going to take her off the top of the mountain. I'm going to have to do a balloon, I think, across the sky.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. Look, and we got the climbing to the top. Most people may not know what this means, but look, I don't know if you remember this song. I'm climbing up on the rough side of the mountain. All right, I just thought I'd throw that in. You like that, Vince? All right. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Doring. All right, take care. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy now. Okay, so, hello, how are you? What's your name?
Nicole.
And you are?
Maya.
Nicole and Maya. So, Nicole and Maya, tell us a little bit about, first, Nicole, tell me about what you're reading.
I'm reading a book about Vantage, True Stories of the Meanings.
Tell us a little bit about the story. What is it that is there anything interesting in there so far?
It's about a little girl in a tree in the swing.
A little girl in a tree in a swing. And one last question, Nicole. What is important about reading?
You get to learn more.
You get to learn more. And has this class helped you with that?
Yes.
How has Mr. Doring helped you with that?
He's helped me learn new stuff that I haven't learned yet.
Outstanding. So we have Maya here who's trying to pretend like she's not looking up or she's not paying attention, that we don't see her. We see you, Maya. So Maya, let me ask you this question. What's with you and Nicole and the purple pillows here? What is that all about?
It's to hold their books up.
So you got the pillows there to hold your books up. I thought it was something there to help you read better. So are you reading the same book?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Mr. Doring and what he does for you in terms of making reading interesting and fun.
He explains most of the stuff and makes it easier.
It makes it easier. And so one last question, Maya. What do you like about RISA? What do you like about this school here?
That you get to hang out with most of your friends that you don't see on the weekends.
Outstanding. Thank you both very much. Appreciate it. Nice meeting you. I'm Mr. Dotson, by the way. Keep up the good work. Reading is important, all right? All right, take care. Okay, so again, learning about you is all about learning about the people inside of the schools here in Rockford Public Schools. And Mr. 80, as you just saw, talks very highly about his staff. Everybody is important and everybody counts. And so we just we're going to meet one of these people here right now. How you doing? What's your name?
I'm doing very well. Lisa Burkhardt,
So Lisa Burkhardt, tell us, what do you do here? What's your role?
office manager.
Office manager. So I'm sure your job can get hectic at times. So a little bit in a school, what does office manager kind of mean?
Taking care of staff and, of course, my principal.
Taking care of staff and taking care of your principal. And tell me a little bit about why you like doing what you're doing here at this particular school.
Love this job. Never the same. Always busy. Never bored.
Well, you know what? We won't keep you long. We just wanted to say hello, want people to see who you are, and just see some of the great people that are inside our school. So thank you very much. Nice to meet you as well. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, so here we are, again with Mr. 80, learning about you. Very, very excited today. And again, if I don't get to tell you again, thank you so much for allowing us
to come out. It was fun.
We appreciate it. So we're going to go in. One of the last stops we're going to go in is, remember, this is Rockford Environmental Science Academy. I think Mr. 80 was explaining to us earlier about how this was a magnet school, but it hasn't lost its environmental science component. And so we're going to go in the classroom and we're going to see a little bit about what that entails and how that's being presented to the students in Rockford Public Schools. Let's go check it out. Okay. All right, so we are here in one of the environmental science classes. And Mr. 80, just really quick, tell us a little bit about why you selected this class in terms of as a model for kind of the environmental science component.
Well, because this is the best class ever. That's why. We actually we offer environmental science at the different grade levels. One thing I didn't point out earlier, if you notice the students' lanyards that are green, our 7th grade students wear a green lanyard, our 8th grade students wear a blue lanyard, and 6th grade wear a red lanyard. It just helps us to easily identify the students a little better that way. So this is the 7th grade class that you're seeing right now.
I love that's very simplistic. It makes sense, especially for people like me. Colors, that's pretty easy. All right, so let's we have a teacher here who I'm going to try and interrupt very, very briefly here. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
And you are?
I'm Miss Gunderson.
Miss Gunderson, so in our show here, what we like to do is we like to show people that we have really, really outstanding students, outstanding teachers and administrators. And so obviously Mr. 80 says this is the best class in terms for...
This is my best class, definitely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what makes this your best class.
Well, they come in, they know to get the bell work right away, and they start working. And they listen very well, so.
So what are you all teaching, and what are they learning right now?
Right now we are learning about ants, and we're learning about different insects that live in the prairie.
Different insects that live in the prairie. And how long have they been learning that component?
We just started the insects last week, so for 2 weeks now.
2 weeks now. So, would you mind if I ask a student about? Is there any particular student you think could tell me a little bit about this class or what they've learned, what they're learning about ants to date?
Sure. Let's see, which student should I pick? Corey. You want to come up here?
Corey, how you doing?
Good.
Corey, so obviously your teacher, she picked you because I wanted you to tell me a little bit about this class and kind of what you've learned over the past 2 weeks in this class.
Well, we've been learning about insects like wasps, bees, and like colonies and the ants. And yesterday we just started learning about ants and like the colonies and what they're called. Like besides ants, there's social insects.
Tell me something interesting that you've learned about insects so far that you really find fascinating.
That the queen bee can sting somebody as many times as she wants without dying.
That's important to know, right? So, because we all know about bees, but I bet a lot of people didn't know that the queen bee can sting you as many times as she wants without dying. That's important, right? Look, there's some really, really cool things in here that I noticed right away. And so, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Miss Gunderson.
Miss Gunderson is going to take us around and show us some of these things that are station here in this classroom. Ms. Gunderson, take it away. You mind if I give you the microphone?
Not a problem. I'm not used to this. So over here we actually have, if you want to pull the lines up, we have the guinea pigs. I don't know if you can see them. The students love having pets in the classroom. It really motivates them to do well because they can, when they're done with their work, come and play with them and stuff. So it's a huge motivation. Over here we have a turtle. Yeah, there's a turtle over here. And this is actually the other teacher's pet, so he takes care of them. We have a tarantula right there. Yeah. A real tarantula, yes. And then we always, environmental science, so we bring the environment inside. And then there are cockroaches over here. It's really hard to see those. And they are the hissing cockroaches. I don't know if you can see them or not. And then if you go to the other room, they actually have more insects over there.
Ms. Gunderson, thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. You know what? I love school. I love learning. And this would be a cool class. I think I'm going to have to come back and just sit in and see what's going on. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So awesome stuff here. Awesome stuff. So we're ending the day here with Mr. Ady, and we really, really, really appreciate what he does here. He is an outstanding principal who does a great job here. And again, I thank you for your time here. And what's key for you here in terms of what I just said about how great this school is?
Well, I think the whole key to that and to having a great school is surrounding yourself with great people. I've got great counselors. I've got great secretaries. I've got great staff, great teachers. I've got great paras. I've got great administrative team. I mean, I've got great everything. And so the key is surrounding yourself with great people. And what I always try to do is surround myself with people that compensate for my own weaknesses.
Absolutely, sir. And you're doing a great job here, and it shows. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Okay.
All right.